How's it
Miss Julie on my
going?
screen
Hey, my
today.
peeps.
True crime
Hey, my
tales in
sweet
her own
darlings.
way.
So happy you're
Love
here.
for
Hey,
everyone she
guys.
shares. Life
Welcome,
stories
welcome,
told
welcome.
with flair. She dives into mystery. Brings suspense
Hi.
in every scene.
Hi, Randy.
Smiling
Good to see
bright,
you,
her
sweetie.
heart so pure. In her
Hey,
world
guys.
we all adore. Miss Julie's world
Hey. Good to see you.
is where
How
we
is darling?
turn to
Hey,
life
how's everybody?
and fill with
Hey,
every
darling.
word.
How is everybody?
Late nights and coffee
So good to see
sips, unfolding plots from twisted scripts. Through dark
Hey,
days
guys.
she
Sorry.
lights our way, making sure we're here to
Hey.
stay. Miss Julie,
Good to see y'all.
world
Hi, dog.
is where we turn to
Hi,
life
my darlings.
and fills with every word.
Hey.
Late
Hi,
nights
darling.
and coffee sips.
Hey, darlings. Good to see you. How is everybody today? Oh my goodness. Where's our rapper? Hi, rapper. Good to see you. Yeah, we're happy. We're always happy to see you, rapper. Thanks for joining us. So let's see who all's here tonight. Ruby Joy, I seen you in here earlier, darling. Good to see you. Yes, very, very, very interesting. There's my sweet Wicked West. Love you, my Wicked West. Shani B, sweet Shani B, Anita Casey. Hey, sis. Good to see you. Hi, Ryan. Good to see you, darling. Juicer, yeah, Juicer's having a test today, so she's gonna be a little late, but she'll be here. Long Cool Woman. Good to see you. Yeah, look at all that blue. That's my true faithful people, ain't it? H. Davis. Hi, sweet H. Davis. Ryan the Gamer, I think I said hi to you. There's my sweet Bubbles. And my sweet, sweet whistle while you lurk. Oh, I love my whistle. Love my sweet whistle. And of course, Rapper. Let's see who else. Melinda. Hey, Melinda, I'm so happy to see you. Welcome, welcome in, darling. Y'all, I am so excited for Melinda to be coming up and telling her story. She has got a story and a half to share with us. And we decided that we were going to give some more information on exactly what all this is pertaining to. And Melinda, before Melinda actually comes up and tells her story, but she may be joining us tonight, though, on panel to help us discuss if she'd like. Miss Ann, I love my Miss Ann. Uh, let's see. And that looks like we're all caught up. But before we get started tonight, I want to take a moment and I see you back there, Brandy. I'll bring you up here in just a second, darling. Um, oh, where'd she go? She backed right out of there. But I want to take a moment to ask for everybody's prayers for three. Well, I'm gonna say four special people in my life. that's going through some heartache and turmoil and some health issues. First of all, I want to ask everybody to please always remember Miss Christine. I'm sure everybody's familiar with her story, and God's God's in the miracle business. He's performing them every day. And Miss Ann, Miss Ann's really going through it right now, y'all. And I ask for everybody to please remember her. And my sweet turtle talk, she's going through some issues, and I appreciate everybody remember her. And also, please, Juicer, she's going through some stuff, and then some health issues, and Miss Bubbles. Today is a very tragic anniversary in her life, and I'd like for y'all to remember her. Today is the anniversary of her sister. Her sister passed away at 18 in a tragic car accident in 2007, and please remember her. And there is so many here that are in need of prayer. I know you are, and we're going to get a new prayer list started, and we actually have it started, and we're going to be adding to it as we go. But I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate you so much for being here. Hey, Rapper, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Brandy, where are you? You was back there, and then poof, you disappeared on me. Come back. Please come back. But again, I just want to thank everybody for being here. We have got so much information to share with you guys, and this, I just in the last little bit found out that there actually is an industry called the troubled teen industry. It's been going around for years and years and years, and it actually is a multi-million-dollar industry. There she is. Hey, Bubbles.
Hello.
Good to see you. But we I don't we knew that there was a lot of issues with a lot of the children's homes around, and but man, I mean, what has come to light but that we've found in the last little bit is it's just so shocking. So shocking. Oh, look at Rapper said he missed us and he missed Wicked West so much. Thank you, Rapper. So, Brandy actually has been doing a tremendous amount of research when it comes to this subject, and we have been so blessed by uh, getting to know some of these ladies that actually had survived and escaped these places. And I just want to thank them again for coming up and telling their story. And again, Melinda is going to be coming up and telling hers. I don't think she's going to be doing that tonight because, like I said, we want to just have a little bit of a forum tonight, actually. And for anybody that wants to come up and talk about it, because we aren't going to stay on subject, please. please, if you come up, this is what we're talking about, and I'd appreciate it if we could just stay on the subject. So, so Brandy, how are you today? I know
I'm
it's been
okay.
a
How are
rough
you?
day for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just know you know that all your sisters are praying for you, and that we love you very much, and just happy you're with us. You know that, right?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're so welcome. So, do you want me to share the screen tonight, or do you want to share it?
Well, that's why you'll probably have to share it because I had
Okay.
tried to log on with the laptop and you know how StreamYard is crazy and kicked me out. So I was like, forget it.
I gotcha. We can do that. Actually, I've got it already pulled up, so we'll get
I
right
kind of figured you did.
to it. Yeah, and again, I want to thank Brandy for all of her hard work when it comes to these presentations. She works really hard, and we are really grateful to her.
Oh, thank
Let's
you.
see. Let me get it pulled all the way up. Well, now how do I share full screen? Maybe
You
I
might
need to
have to
download it
open
first.
it completely.
Hmm.
Like, you might have to open it outside of your Gmail.
Oh, it is still in Gmail, isn't it? Oh, okay. There, duh. There we go.
Yeah. Did you wanna summarize anything that we've already talked about?
Oh, sure. Sure. I mean, we can, oops. There. There we go. Well, let's try this again.
Love-hate relationships with
Yes, it is.
technology.
Yes, it is. There we go. That's better, isn't it?
Mhm.
So, okay. If you want to, we can, so I know everybody that has been, that has joined us for our last, actually our last, probably our last 3 lives that we've done. It's all been centered around this information right here. We have a growing industry that has been around for, gosh, years and years and years, that consists of helping teens and children overcome their struggles in life, their troubles. And I think we're failing really, really, really bad at it. What do you think, Brandy?
Um, yes.
uh, very much so. Very much so. But I know y'all, if y'all, I was hoping that might be able to join us tonight. She's always a plethora of information, and she is just really brought herself to know, so much about it, so much about it. There's my Lulu. Hey, Lulu. Kopi hears your voice. He misses you. Well, you just gonna have to bring Kopi right down here so he can come see his nana.
No.
is her pup, and
No.
he is sweetheart. He loves me. He loves coming and, spending time with us. When it's time for him to go home, oh, Kobe does not wanna go home. He wants to stay. So
Bless him. I
he's
can't blame him.
yeah. The pool's all ready. I got a lot of sun yesterday, so you guys gotta come down. It's supposed to be really hot this weekend. Be a great weekend to come.
Oh, she said she might come this weekend.
Yay! 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 I'd love it. Love it. Let's see.
That's awesome.
I've seen a few other people come in.
I see Jax.
Hey, Jax, good to see you. Welcome. I know Melinda said she shared it with her group, so that's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Aussie,
Aussie.
aw, we just love you, Aussie. Thank you for being here, sweet darling. Actually, Aussie does her lives on Australia's time, and it's very difficult when it comes to because she's usually finishing up her lives by the time I'm getting up in the mornings.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
It is kind of hard to catch each other.
Yeah. There's Turtle
Oh, Turtle
Talk.
Talk. Yeah.
Are you okay, Turtle? We've been real worried about Turtle Talk. She's been having some issues, and she's been in our thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Ann. Love you too.
Yeah, we love Miss Ann. So, oh, thank you, Jax. I appreciate that. So, Brandy, if do you want to present, or do you want me to present?
Well,
This
no.
is your work, darling.
Well, no. I thought maybe if you wanted to summarize anything that we've already talked about, just like mentioning that the couple of different homes that um and the survivors that we've had from those homes.
Yes, yes. Of course, we are speaking of one home that we featured early, probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and that was the Bethesda Home for Girls. That is actually in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and that is really it is where Miss Brandy is from Mississippi, and her and her family actually went and visited there, and actually shared their visit with us on a Messenger live. We were actually on Messenger and done the used the Messenger app, and we actually got to share some of that with her, and we were it was very is interesting, but yet very very hard to see, especially finding out what all was going on there. Just 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 terrible.
Mr.
But
Real.
yes.
Yeah.
So, Miss Emily, she came up, and Emily Adams is her name. She actually came up and shared her story with us because Em is a survivor of the Bethesda Home for Girls. Isn't that right, Brandy?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want to, you can share a little bit with us on M's story.
Well, Miss Miss Sim is a survivor, but she's such a thriver. And she just even today, not actually today, but she goes out and advocates against these homes and for um federal regulations and things that we'll talk more about in just a little bit. But Miss M dealt with a lot, um, and hopefully, if anybody hasn't heard her story, that they'll go back and listen to her tell her side of the story and how her perception of things. Um, and then Nicole was the next survivor we had, but she was in a different home. She was in Florida.
At the Victory Home, wasn't that what the name of that one was?
Victory Christian Academy.
Yes.
And then of course it was renamed a few different times as well. Just because that's what they did. They would get shut down and just rebrand and rename and open again. And yes, Victory Christian Academy, Jax. Yeah. So and she told her story. So and the things that she endured, because it was two different homes, but it was all run under the same leadership, if you will. And we kind of touched on that too in the beginning of Lester Roloff and the way that he uh, ran things, and it very cult like, and all the survivors. Um, um, sorry, I just noticed that she had pointed out that it rebranded from Victory Christian Academy to Lighthouse.
Yeah, the live that we did with her was actually Surviving the Lighthouse.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, Jax.
Little dog, thank you, sweet darling, for giving the 20 memberships. Thank you,
she's
darling.
she's so thoughtful.
She is such a wonderful supporter of the channel. I just love her. Just not just for that, but Turtle Talk is very special to all of us.
Yeah.
Just like each and every one of you are.
Right. Um, but and I hope that everybody will, if they haven't heard her story, will take the time to go and listen to each of their stories individually. And then you said earlier that we were excited for Miss Melinda to come
Yeah,
up and share her story.
yes.
Oh, yep.
I have been in touch with Melinda. We've been texting back and forth. Actually, we had a very nice conversation, telephone conversation, and again, I'm so excited to get Melinda to be coming up and sharing her story. And yeah, this is going to be. It is. It's tragic. I mean, it's but yet it has such a beautiful ending, and I'm just so excited for y'all to hear it.
Right. And it's always good to hear good things that eventually come out of such tragedy. Um, but these are just a couple of homes and just a few survivors that and I'm so grateful for their bravery to come and share their story. But this, like I said, these are just a few of the homes that we've mentioned. But as I've researched further, this is so much bigger than than I ever even knew of. And which opened my eyes to what this is now called the troubled teen industry. And you guys, it's a whole industry. Like,
Millions, millions of dollars.
right. And just this presentation here is just a very, it's just summarized, of all of the overall. but there are so many things that that play into it. Um, that it will take us a while to get all of these things out. But I'm determined to me personally to continue just until I'm going to make sure my voice is heard. That's all I'm going to say about that. Um, so if you want to start with the presentation, we can.
Okay. That sounds good. They were just kids. Hope after harm, justice for the forgotten. And we're introducing the troubled teen industry. And as soon as I saw this one right here, because I had previously made my thumbnail, which is back here behind me. And then when I saw this, I told Brandy, I said, oh my goodness. I, she is so talented when it comes to this stuff. And I just love this. I just love this one.
Thank you, but just
You're awesome.
thank you. But yeah, this the bob wire is just the symbolism, really, but reality as well. Um, you hear, hey, your kids are misbehaving, or hey, um, maybe, oh, they have an addiction. Oh, well, how about just send them to us? We will help them get better. Um, when in reality, that couldn't be further from the truth. And so they were abused in silence and forced to be silent. And now there's so many survivors that are just sick of being silent and have really advocated for themselves, but also for others too, which is really cool. Just because and they're saying to end the silence, and so I think that that's a driving factor is to help them end the silence. So you can go ahead. And I need to move along with you so I can read it.
How are you? Teens were sent away for help, but came back broken, or worse, even came back at all. This is the troubled teen industry, a billion-dollar system of privately run programs that promise to fix kids, but often end up traumatizing them instead. In this series, we're exposing the truth, the abuse, the loopholes, the survivors, and the people who are still profiting off of pain. What is the troubled teen industry? Has anybody have any ideas in the chat? If you could, please. What do you think? What do you think it is?
And thank you, Jack, for adding.
He's give 15. They do this. They challenge each other, I think, sometimes.
Right, I think so. Jax and Melinda are chiming in. Thank you, girls.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put the link out, and that way, if they want to come up and help us with this, that would be happy for them too. What do you think, Brandy?
Absolutely. This is, their stories.
Yes. So I'm gonna post this link in the chat, and this is for anyone that wants to come up and talk about this subject.
Yeah.
So let's see. So much legalism and the lack of allowing the Holy Spirit to dwell in the details.
Oh, she just pointed out one of the main one of the main things that we've been discussing over the past, I don't know, few weeks now.
Yeah. Yeah. So very true. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you. I think she meant Brandy.
Oh, oh,
Good
okay. I didn't know she was
start.
talking to your daughter.
She
Well,
could have been.
hi. Um, yeah, just while we're waiting on them, if anybody decides to come up, but
Oh,
like
you're
we've got
fine, Sharon.
oh
Jack said Trouble
yes,
Team Industry equals IFB, Wilderness Camps, WWASP survivors, and many, many others. I'm thinking that is short for different
it
camps.
is.
Yeah.
We're actually going to talk about those. So thank you, Jax, for just validating.
Yes. Okay. The Trouble Team. Let's see. Oh, there's Jax. She's made it.
Hello.
Welcome back, Jax. Good to see you, sweetie.
Yeah.
This is
Hi, Jax.
Nicole, guys, if y'all remember. I think she prefers Jax.
That's just my online name.
Okay. So you don't mind if we call you Nicole, because that's what we're familiar with.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. No, just to clarify, we call it the TTI umbrella. And the umbrella covers what Emily and I went through, and Melinda, the independent fundamentalist Baptist schools. And there are also places like called wilderness camps. And they weren't so much a religious type of thing. It was more of, here's a backpack and a pair of old boots, and we're going to go on a 100-mile march and camp in the woods. And those kids get injured, hurt, they starve. It's they're just as bad as anything else. I can't remember what the acronym stands for, so I'm sorry, WASP sisters and brothers, but it was not an IFB place. It was a WASP school, is what they go by, and almost the same as an IFB school. That they had slightly more freedom and they wore forms, but I've met several WASP survivors and they're just as traumatized as any of the rest of us. And there's actually, if you want to know more about it, there's a Netflix movie called The Program, and she goes through the whole thing. And then there's other ones more about the IFB. It's called Let Us Pray, and it's spelled Preay or Prey. There's another there. I think that one's on Max or Hulu. I'd have to list out, but there's been tons of movies and documentaries and things that are coming out about each of the different types of TTI facility.
Yeah, I actually heard about a couple of those. I hadn't gotten a chance to watch them yet, though.
Yeah, it's really great watching it. It's heartbreaking. A lot of survivors can't watch those documentaries because it just puts them back in a spot they don't want to be in. But I've watched them, and it's one of those movies where I just nod my head like, yep, they did that to us too.
That was my next question for you, Nicole, was that was how accurate it was, how accurately they portrayed what happened.
At um we'll have to come back on and talk about this with Emily and somebody else another time. But we had a survivor prom, and a lot of us went to the prom, and it was in California and LA. And it was great. It was wonderful. There were survivors from every kind of the TTI, and we had our own high school prom because most of us didn't get that chance. And I met so many people, and I got to meet them in person instead of Facebook, and I met a lot of WASP survivors, and I met at least two of them that are in it. And when they
Oh
came
wow.
out, because I remember the one person I said, we do it politely. It's like, it's kind of like, so, where were you? IFB, Hell Camp, or wilderness camp? And she's like, oh no, I was WASP. I'm like, oh, what's that? And they're like, you'll see. And they didn't want to talk about it. And then shortly thereafter, the program documentary came out, and that is a
God,
very good example for a lot of schools.
right. May I tell you what WASP stands for?
Please.
Um, it's Worldwide Association of Specialty Programs and Schools.
That's it. No, everyone always thinks it's the non-religious people. It's like, no, it stands for exactly what you said.
Right. But I get sometimes it's hard to remember all the words and names. Just
Yeah.
easier WASP. Yeah, I gotcha.
So yeah, you could be having IFB, WASP survivors, wilderness survivors, Synanon survivors. There's so many. It's ridiculous. There's just so many out there. But those are the three main kind of choices most people pick for their kids. But most of the wilderness places are the same. They're not legit. They'll walk you until you're so dehydrated you fall over and die. And and it
Yeah.
we've all been through the same thing, even though it was under a different title.
Right. No, I'm actually happy that you've said some of the things that you've already said because it was part of in my research and in the presentation. So to have a survivor validate the information is really helpful. So thank you for that.
No problem. As Miss Chewy popped up the invite, and I said, well, I can say it quicker than I can type it out.
Yeah, that's always. I'm always happy to have anyone on panel that wants to share. The sharing.
Right.
Elena says many parents have moments of desperation where they're hoping for someone else to give their children the tools, but uncertainty isn't the outcome.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I don't
I'm
know if
just
it's on Netflix anymore. If you want to get an idea of a wilderness program, there's a film called Hell Camp, and it kind
mm,
of explains how they do what they do in the wilderness programs and why they're so dangerous.
I understand. Okay. And I wanted to say something about what Miss Melinda just said. Um, also, I try to look at things from many perspectives and to try to understand, I guess, in a sense of why things happen and, why, like, I would get a question of, like, why would a parent send their kids to this? And she just, nailed that. Um, that they're hoping, I mean, it's a hopeful thing, but it, turns out to not be.
Oh,
a lot of children and teens get into what we can trouble or make bad decisions in their young life, and sometimes the parents are overwhelmed and desperate, and they reach out for help, reach out, for the system that is supposed to help them, and they have faith. They have faith in these places that
There's nothing wrong with having faith if it's a religious type of place. It's just that
well, I'm
ooh,
not particularly talking about religion. I'm just talking about they have hope. Let's just say hope, and they're desperate to where they think, okay, they're going to help my child.
yeah,
Right. So
And
they believe in it.
right. So they believe that it's going to happen. They believe that they're doing the right thing for their child by sending them to these places. And it's not just religious camps. There is all kinds of different ones. All kinds of different ones. And it we're not saying that there aren't good places out there, but if you know of one, we'd really like to know what it is.
I actually have somebody who has a list of good places. If you're looking, I'll have to get a hold of them and send it to you.
Right. Yeah. Yes, please do, because we're not saying that they don't exist,
Oh no.
but we're here to expose the ones that are in it for the money.
Mm-hmm.
It all revolves around money.
Yep.
And that's why, like Brandy put in the presentation, it's $1 billion, not a multi-million dollar, but $1 billion
Oh,
industry.
yep.
And then when one gets shut down, they open it up under a different rebrand it and open it back up. It's just a revolving.
Absolutely.
It's revolving.
Absolutely. That's exactly what they do.
A vicious cycle that never ends.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. If you
So,
want to switch that.
Okay.
well, I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to explain that.
Oh, you're welcome to stay up. I mean, you're
Yeah.
welcome to stay right here and you don't have to speak the whole time. If you want to just chime in, you can chime in, but just
Yeah,
whatever
absolutely.
you like to do.
Oh, no, I have to go take care of my dogs.
Okay.
I just,
Okay, you're fine.
I
But thank you for coming up.
wanted to say exactly kind of more what the umbrella and the TTI thing is. So,
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you. I will get some info to you.
All right. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye, Jax.
She's always a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, she's sweet.
Let's see. Did you hear that 109 children were rescued and 244 predators were arrested in North Texas?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't hear that. Wow. Wow. That's wonderful. Wonderful news.
I'm wondering if Long Cool Woman is speaking about North Carolina.
One in our city. No, she's not in North Carolina. She's in Texas.
Okay. So that's something.
Yeah,
Wow.
we
Okay.
got one in our city. 2 boys died before they shut it down. There were
Okay.
rumors for years.
Wow.
Yeah, I tell you, the
There's
more
so.
the more we get into it, the more tragic stories we hear about and we learn about. It's just and so many stuff gets covered up. I mean, it gets swept under the rug, and it's just like, oh, it was an accident, and they go on.
Right. I do want to say back to Eddie. I believe that's his name, right?
Hmm.
um. Yeah. I wanted to look at look at that further, because that's amazing that they were able to rescue them and to arrest the predators.
Yeah.
This is happening so much, you guys. Like under our noses.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah. So, but this particular slide of the presentation, I talk about like the stuff that's, the promises that, don't really happen. Instead, there's, reports of abuse and forced labor, isolating the kids for weeks at a time, food and sleep deprivation, physical and sexual abuse, and then religious coercion as well. And I know we talked a lot already about, all in the name of God, and that is still part of it. But one of the bigger things that others use as well is all in the name of tough love.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's not tough love. My opinion.
I agree. I agree. I mean, you can discipline without pain and anguish and abuse.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry, Austin. Eddie. My bad.
Was that good,
Oh, Miss
Austin? Did you get it
M.
right? There's
Right, did I get it right?
M made it. M, you're welcome to come up and share with us if you'd like. We're always happy to have you on panel and for you to share your knowledge and all of your advocacy work that you're doing. You're an inspiration when it
She
comes.
is. She is amazing. I just love her. I'm
Austin
sorry
said,
to interrupt you.
"Very good."
Oh, yay. Thanks, Austin. If you want to go to the next one, you.
Okay.
So, this is kind of what Nicole was talking about a minute ago. Um, the industry really began to take off in 1960s and 70s with the programs like Cylon and then the WASP that she was just speaking about. The Cylon is designed to assist individuals struggling with drug addiction, which is one of the things that these programs use as well as send them to us if they have an addiction. And then we talked about the WASP and what they do. And there are so many reports of abuse coming from those programs as well. And it's all along the same.
Welcome, Eddie.
I'm sorry, what?
Hello, everybody.
Oh, it's Eddie.
Eddie.
Hi.
I'm enjoying this show as a survivor myself. I'm enjoying the show.
Oh, wow. Cool. Thank you for coming up and being brave enough to say that.
Well, if
So
you'd asked me 12, 13 years ago, I would have still been claiming victim.
Okay. So it's a whole different mindset.
Yes.
That's
Years,
awesome.
it took, believe it or not, it took years to be even to share my story.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's an open book. I'm not ashamed because it wasn't my fault. I had no control.
You did what now?
I had no control over the situation.
Right. Okay.
I didn't know
Yeah.
if there's a lot of things you question yourself, you blame yourself, everything as you go through life, and then when you go to therapy and actually get the help that you need and talk about it, that's when you start realizing it wasn't your fault.
Right. That's important.
Yep.
Is that
Eh,
what you talk about on your show?
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay. I'm sorry.
Eddie, which program were you in?
Well, I was in foster care, so
Oh, you know what? I yeah. I want to talk to you, Eddie. Eddie. Because I know foster care is a whole nother monster itself as well.
Yeah.
I'm supporting what you guys are talking about. I wasn't in a program, but there's a lot of programs out there where children are victimized, and we don't, and they're still operational to this day.
You're right. You're right. And maybe
Yeah,
we
we're
should
finding
just
that.
right. I think foster care should nope, I'm not even gonna go there. Like, don't get me started.
So
um
we actually have one of our moderators here actually is a very good advocate when it comes to the foster care and the I'm gonna try to say this politically correct. The system, let's just say the system for uh to take care of our children, the CPS
Yes,
basically.
yes, yes.
Yes.
And
CPS.
there are foster families out there that do it because they care. There are foster families out there that do it because of the money. There are foster families out there that do it for this reason right here.
Right. But we have Miss Whistle While You Lurk. She she is working really hard in in the exposing the CPS system.
They need to be exposed.
corruption. I'll just say it for you. The
Correct.
corruption.
Yes, the corrupted. It is corrupted.
Yeah.
But
And
and
again, we have so many good and so we're not saying that everybody is corrupt, but there's so it one is too many.
yes. And if we can help one,
Right.
it makes it all worth it, you know?
Right, right. Yeah. Whew. Well, thank you, Eddie.
You know, so every child that's gone through something, if they don't have the proper therapy coming out of it, who knows if they're still with us today.
Right. That's
Because
a big thing.
their mental health.
Correct.
Yes. I mean, so many they they're in the system. They've got a roof over their head, they're being fed, but what about, their mental health? What about um, just the way they're feeling, the way that the abuse that happens. There's so much abuse happens there too. I mean, it's just so sad, so sad. But we're getting way off course, aren't we?
Sorry.
Oh, you're
But
fine. You're
it's
fine.
all entwined though.
Yeah, it is. Yes,
Um,
and all the brave people that come up, and that come and share. And Eddie, I'm so grateful to you for what you do and for everything that you share with everybody and being so vulnerable. to be able to share your story. I mean, it's inspiring actually.
You know, what I noticed in the foster care system is a lot of it is emotional abuse,
Yes, because
especially
it's easier to hide.
yes, because and the reason why I say this is because sometimes you get into families that already have children and you get treated like an outsider.
Right.
You
There's
you
that.
know,
Yeah.
yes. And before I went into the foster care system, I had already experienced the sexual and physical. The emotional wasn't until the foster care system.
Right. Wow.
So, and the thing is the one person I blamed the most for everything was the one person that did nothing at all. Like she didn't know what was going on, and it's the person that I love the most today that I take care of, help take care of, and that's my mother. I blamed her for everything when she knew nothing.
Wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, when I went to therapy, I had to talk about that, you know, because I was very angry towards her, and I had to mend that bridge. And now we have the best relationship going forward, you know. But it took
I can
years.
I can see why you felt that way because I mean you blamed her because she wasn't able to be the mother that you needed at the time, right?
Well, because I didn't have a father growing up, she was the only parent.
Right.
So, and I don't care what anybody says. A mother is a mother. A mother can't be a mother and a father at the same time.
I understand.
You know, there's things a father can do that a mother can't. You know,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
if I do give a shout out to single mothers who try very hard. My mother tried her hardest with what she had. I
Right.
realize that now, but I blamed her for a long time.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
glad that you're better today, though.
Well, yeah, it took years of fixing to repair
Right.
myself.
And you're a
And
walking testimony.
yes, and trust me, when you have friends that care about you and they say you need help, don't be afraid to get it because they see something you don't see.
Right.
For years, my friends told me I needed help. And I said, no, I'm perfectly fine. While I'm over here drinking and drinking and drinking because I didn't know how to handle everything.
Right. So you're self medicating?
Yes. And
Yeah.
that's what a lot of people do because they don't know how to cope with what's happened. So
Yeah.
that was 14 years ago.
Rock on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so good to hear. You're doing great. And then what you're doing now, I mean, to help others, it's just thank you. Thank you, Eddie.
And I'm
Yeah.
glad what you're doing. What you're doing is important.
Well, you know what? We're trying real hard, Eddie. Trying really, really hard. And sometimes the devil comes up to us and really and especially to me, the devil will come and say, "Look, well, you got 15 people in here. You know, what good are you doing?" And and then I have all my supporters that say, "Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for And like I said, if it helps one person,
That's
one
all
person,
that matters.
that's all that matters. Yes. Right.
You help that one person. And then
Right.
what will happen is that one person you helped will eventually be able to help another person. And it creates a domino effect in a good way.
Amen. Yeah. So the 15 people that you see, 30, then 45, that, it just doubles. So I totally go you saying that's really cool, Eddie.
Thank you.
Miss Julie, Miss Ann is the one that turned me on towards your channel. And I fell off of YouTube for a little bit, because I was in a deep, dark depression. Miss Ann could tell you because I talked to her a little bit about it, but I didn't go into depth with people because I had to fix myself. Sometimes you need a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a break. And there's no shame in taking that break for yourself. So.
And sometimes God sends you the break. Sometimes God opens, like you said, He'll shut a door and then open another door for you. It's yeah.
Like today, I was sitting on Twitter, or X, okay, and I have a friend of mine that takes a stand against child predators and that whole thing, okay, and I was on X, and this guy was talking about all the people arrested and how many children were rescued. So I went and looked it up, and it's legit. If you type in 109 children rescued in Dallas, Texas, it'll have the whole article for you to read. It'll even show you 244 men and women arrested. Their pictures, their first and last name.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was the FBI and local law enforcement that cracked on this. And this is just the start.
I'm so thankful.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Ozzy
wonderful.
True Crime. Yes. Love Ozzy.
Yeah.
She's been part of my channel since the beginning, believe it or not.
Really, she's so awesome. Yeah, look at her cup. I'm jelly.
Ozzy True Crime is an OG in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, we love her.
She's one of my mods too.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We share some subscribers and friends. And it's good because, when my friends support good people, it just shows.
Right? You really, sometimes when you think that you're going through a whole lot of things at one time, you can't understand why these things are happening. And, and then it turns out God says, hey, that was me. This is what I'm doing. So let go and let me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes it's hard to do. It's hard to do sometimes, but it's like, okay, God. Okay. I'm going to just sit back here and, give it all to you. Give it all to you. And that's what we do.
Long Cool Woman made a statement right there. Sometimes it's hard to bring it up, but I force myself to. And it could actually, it's actually welcomed by most. You know what's crazy, right? Is I have somebody in my chat that doesn't like to talk and won't get help, but they keep coming back to my channel. I think my channel is helping them.
That's
to a stranger.
awesome.
And that's such a good feeling, ain't it?
Because they know they're not alone. Because
And
some
that's
people,
so important.
yes, to know you're not alone.
Right.
You're not the only one out here going through tough times mentally. So
You
I
know,
apologize for throwing this chat off the scale.
Sometimes convincing someone that they're important, or that they are a good person, and that they are worthy of being loved. Sometimes that's real hard to do.
It is,
Convince
especially when they're
someone.
not used to it.
Mm-hmm.
When what's crazy is I watched a show and I watched a guy. All he wanted was a hug from his mother, and he had never gotten one.
Oh gosh.
A simple hug. People don't realize how a simple hug affects a human. A simple hug can make mental pain in some cases go away. A simple hug.
And why is that too much to ask for some people?
Well, because you know what's crazy is I was a bouncer at a nightclub, and
Why can I see that?
I'm a hugger. Okay, I'm a hugger. I'll hug everybody. Imagine seeing a 6'6" dude, 350 pounds, saying, "Come over here, give me a hug," right? A big burly dude, right? I'll hug everybody, men, women. It don't matter. You can be a homeless dude on the streets. Hug.
I'm a hugger too.
That's so awesome.
I was able to do the hug, and 15 minutes later, he come back to me and told me he needed that hug. And then I met another guy. He said men don't hug each other. So his friend was standing right next to him, and he's like, "Hey, Thor, give me a bear hug." I looked at his buddy. I said, "Men don't hug?" "Yes, we do." "So you want to hug now?" He's like, "Yeah."
Right. Thank you for that, Eddie. That's awesome to know that there are still people like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trials of Gabriel Hernandez is a great documentary about the failures of CPS and foster care. Well, you know what else is a perfect case is the Harmony Montgomery case on the failure of CPS.
Yes. Yep.
Same.
All same.
Froze to death, y'all.
That's how Eddie kicked people out of the club. He just hugged them and carried them out.
Right. That's funny. What's the matter?
I'm having to shut my vent. I am froze to death.
Oh.
Ooh. God, that air's cold. I'm telling you, I've got sweatpants on, socks, and I'm covered up with a blanket, and I'm still froze. Like, that
Bless
vent
you.
is right behind me. Freezes me to death. I got it shut down. So. Ooh.
I see what you're exposing a multi-million-dollar industry. This is what we're talking about.
It's actually $1 billion industry.
Yeah. I'm going to put 2 words in back chat to tell me if this is something we're talking about.
Okay.
Because I can't say it publicly.
Gotcha.
What I just typed in back chat.
Oh, yes. Child trafficking is, yes.
Okay, you said that out loud. I didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't, and that's fine. I mean, it's the truth's the truth. It's right there.
That's it. That's $1 billion. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That's why I was happy to hear 109 children were rescued.
Right.
Bubbles. Turn the
She's back.
camera off, Bubbles. Turn the camera off, Bubbles.
Yes, yes, it is. It's that's 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 one part of it.
Yeah, it's part of it. Yeah, yeah. There's a few. It's
Linda says we got no hugs at Bethesda, nor could we trade hugs. Girls were there for years. Can you imagine? It was so lonely. No talking, no hugs.
wow.
Yeah,
That sucks, Melinda.
yeah. I don't know, Eddie, if you saw the live that we did on the Bethesda house.
Yes, I did. I watched that live. I was here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's sad. It was sad.
Yeah. And so this Melinda is another survivor, and I actually she's going to come up and share her story with us, but I'm going to dedicate a whole live to her because her story is. Well, I was on the phone with her, and she was like, "Well, I just have a little bit." And the more she talked, the more I was just so mesmerized by what happened with her. And the the ending is the best part. It I know she had a rough time and everything, but her ending is just wonderful, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited for y'all to hear it. But Melinda was at the Bethesda house with along with M, and just the stories, the tragedy that that these children succumb to, and and succumb. That's exactly what happens. They are sent to make them better, and they come back
Worse.
broken, completely
Broken.
broken.
Destroyed.
Yes. So
Man.
Oh, I just can't believe that girls and no talking. What?
yeah, no talking. I know they told us the story about where they would write the little notes and they would stuff them in like a crevice in the wall and
hmm
be able to talk back and forth to each other that way.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think what one had said that I might have read it, but one said that like they literally like ate the paper. So
yeah,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'd be the person. I would run away.
You were a runner.
Oh, I would run away. Oh yeah, I was a runner. If I felt scared or if I felt in danger, I ran away a lot. I ran away from home a lot. I ran away from foster care too, miles away.
wow. What was the longest time that you were on the run?
I always got caught the same day.
Oh,
Because I would get hungry and stop at somebody's house and ask for food.
Right, bless you.
And they would feed me. Believe it or not, they would feed me a really good meal while they were on the phone with the police.
Right, I knew I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, come on in. I'll still call the cops on you.
right.
Yeah, they would feed me a full course meal.
At least they did that for you.
At least when I got picked up by the popos, I had a full stomach.
right, and you got to go back with a full stomach.
Right.
They
Yeah.
had to send me to another foster home.
Do what?
They sent me to another foster home.
Oh, oh, really?
I told them they sent me back there. I'm just gonna run again.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I got questions, but that's a whole another monster in itself.
Right.
Well, it was the foster mother that was a monster. The foster father was amazing. He was really good with me. The
Oh,
foster mother was mentally, emotionally abusive.
mm,
You
know.
know, lots of times that's another thing. That lots of times the foster a lot. Some I'm gonna say some. I'm gonna say a lot, but some of the foster parents should never be a foster parent because they're not in it for the right reason.
When the foster father was home, he would do things with me. He taught me how to play pool. He had a custom pool table in his man cave. So he taught me how to play pool when he did events at work because he was a janitor. He would take me with him to work, got me out of the house, took me fishing. You know what I'm saying? That was the first family they put me with, and it was just the foster mother. I remember my foster father's name by heart. His name was Clarence. He was an amazing guy. The mark he left on me. I wish I would have had him as a father. It was the one, his wife, that was Wicked Witch from the West. Um, that's why I ran away, and then I went to another foster home, away from my neighborhood, away from my city. And I ran away from there too. They couldn't handle me. I was too much, And then they sent me to another one. I was a broken child growing up. I was broken. I needed to be fixed.
I can. It's understandable though. I mean, when you're not fortunate to have a good home life and you are, sent to a home that you never should have been sent to. I mean, it's and these this industry home, these industry homes, which I call it the family tree. Brandy found where it all revolves around. It started one of the men, which I would say more than likely there are others people that started it, but there is one man that most of these homes have in common, and that man's name is Lester Roloff. He Brandy, why don't you tell us a little bit about Lester?
oh, Lester. Should I tell you the?
Did he violate these kids?
Lester Roloff was an evangelist. And he, in the name of God, started these homes for wayward teenagers. And it was send them to us, we're going to and the other ladies can speak more on that, but just it was here, drink our Kool-Aid, I'm just gonna say. This so much so that this man controlled so many things, and he continues to control even still to today, at least the independent fundamental Baptist homes.
From the grave,
He
nonetheless.
from the grave, yes. Because he's no longer with us, but yet his sermons and can be found on YouTube, and they're played in these homes still even till today. And the Melinda can tell you, I'm sure, Miss M, that they had to listen to him all like 24/7, and he was supposedly preaching the word of God, but yet he would pull from the Bible. He would pull spare the rod and spoil the child, and he used that to be able to beat these children. And that was his religious discipline. I'll just say that. But I could go all night talking about that man. But I digress. You can go ahead.
Yeah, it sounds like a non-godly man.
It sounds like a what?
Non-godly man.
A non. Right.
Yeah.
Eddie, he had some of his followers. I'm sorry, Miss Judy.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Some of his followers were very. I'm sorry, I saw you open your mouth to speak, and I interrupted again.
You're fine.
There's one in particular. His name was Herman Fountain. And there's a small clip that you can find on YouTube, and where he says, like he's shown some pictures of where a child had been beaten with a switch, and the child was like bleeding. And so the person interviewing was like, and you're okay with this? And he's like, yes, I'm absolutely okay with this. This is the discipline that that God wants us to give. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't know who you serve, but no thank you.
Because in the Bible, it says you protect God's children. Clearly stating that in the Bible, you protect God's children.
Right.
They were doing the opposite.
Yeah. So you see how, they were pulling parts of the Bible out and validating the abuse on the children.
Yep. That I grew up going to church. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. But, I question some of the leaders today. I question.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. The devil's in every church. He's in every church. So just think about that. Because wherever God is, he's right there trying to turn you against God. Just what it is. But the industry really began to take off in the 1960s and 70s with programs like, how'd she say that was pronounced? Synon?
Oh, I gotta go back and look because I'm not trying to say it wrong after she just said it.
WASP.
WASP is that second one. Okay. Yeah. Synanon.
Synanon designed to assist individuals struggling with drug addiction. And the WASP is the Worldwide Association of Specialty Program and Schools. Over time, it grew under the radar, using rebranding and religious loopholes to avoid oversight. So, any way to keep it going, and using religion as a cover, basically, to make sure that that money still just keeps rolling in, because it costs these families thousands of dollars a month to send their children to there. And then a lot of it, the state would pay for these kids to go too. It's just crazy, just crazy. And
Mhm.
using rebranding and religious loopholes to avoid oversight. Today, thousands of teens are still being placed in these programs each year, many against their will. I know y'all are, and I'm probably going to strike a nerve here, but I know you guys have seen a certain talk show host. I'll call him that. They
Mm.
goes by the doctor title.
Mhm.
He willingly, his company, his talk show pays for these troubled teens to be sent to some of these camps. And now we're finding out a lot of these camps are not what they were portrayed to be. A lot of things are coming out, and a lot of kids have been abused. And there is so much advocacy out there. And like I said, Emily M. Adams, she fights every day. Every day she fights for to have these places shut down. I mean, especially in her state. She is working so hard. She's been before Congress, and she's working really hard, really hard. So, and we all as citizens as have every right to ask for these places to be shut down, or to be held accountable. To have a board, have somebody that not non-biased, somebody or people to to hold them accountable, to make sure that these children, and that's what they are our children, are
You
not
know
being.
what? You know what's crazy, Miss Chewy? And I noticed this. We haven't seen any of these group homes getting the public attention like another talk show host, all girls school in Africa did. All girls school with the abuse that went on there.
You talking about Oprah's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hers got national attention with the abuse came out of there.
Oh, but that was such a good place. And
Yeah.
all their millions.
So and it got shut down.
Rightfully.
So, in my opinion, I think I truly think we need to drop the names of these schools.
Oh, we are, honey. We are. We've just started. We've just started.
Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil. Yeah.
I thought it was another doctor you were talking about.
Oh, okay. You tell us who you thought it was.
Dr. Oz.
I
That's what I thought you were talking about. I'm a fan of Dr. Oz. I could care less about Dr. Phil.
No, not Dr. Oz. He's okay. I mean, I haven't seen anything from him. Dr. Phil is the one that, and if you remember, you've seen so many families that come on there. And they have the poor child. Now, I'm not going to say, the child's not innocent. The child has a lot of issues, and and then here they send them off to these camps to where it's pure abuse is what it is. I mean, so many are being abused after being sent there.
Yep.
It's mind-boggling. It is. It's mind-boggling.
Turnabout Ranch.
Yeah, Turnabout Ranch.
Yeah.
So how does this keep happening? There's little to no regulation in many states. Some programs hide behind religious exemptions. Like I said, it's a cover. And most parents have no idea what's really going on behind the locked doors. And you can ask M. M told her story about, how they had, it was all their letters coming and going. They were all proofread, to make sure that there wasn't nothing in there that was really telling what was going on. It was bad. Melinda says the court system would send some of these girls to Bethesda. They would have to age out. So when she says age out, that means they were there until they turned 18 years old.
You
And
didn't
then
have nowhere else to go.
right.
Homeless, just like the foster care system.
Yeah. But the state would pay for them to be there.
Just like the foster care system. Until
Right.
you age out. Once you turn 18, if that family don't want to keep you there, you're homeless. You got nowhere to go.
Yes.
And that's sad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Survivors are speaking out. Survivors have taken to social media, podcasts, and protests. A few of these survivors have graced my channel with their bravery to share their stories. Shout out to Miss M, Nicole, and soon to be Miss Melinda for coming and sharing their stories. There are more survivors planning to come and share their stories too. And I have an open invitation to anyone that has survived any of this, whether it be, you know, um, a religious or any of these places. If you were held or sent to any of these places and you survived, or you you are a survivor. I know a lot of them don't want to be called victims, but if you were a victim or you are a survivor and you want to come and tell your story, I'm open. I'm open to it. I mean, you can tell whatever you want to tell. You can say it ever how you want to say it. I mean, what's the worst thing you'll do? Shut my channel down, or um, you know, make somebody complain about the live, but we'll get it out there. We can do this. Celebrities like Paris Hilton. She has been a wonderful advocate. She, has a testimony. But the problem is from far over. I mean, it's still it's still a growing industry. Like I said, they shut one down, and it opens back up again under a new name. This moment is proof that our voices matter, that we speak out and can cause change, and that no child should ever endure the horrors of abuse and silence. Hilton said it in a tweet after the vote. I did this for the younger version of myself and the youth who were senselessly taken, yeah, senselessly. It's a tough word, Brandy. Taken
Sorry.
by the troubled teen industry. And you think about Paris Hilton. What family? I mean, Hilton. The money. When you think of Paris Hilton, you think of money, right? So it can happen from the highest level down, of income, let's just say income, to the lowest level. It doesn't matter who you are, you can become a victim. So we have to educate ourselves. We have to educate others when it comes to this. We have to make sure that we're sharing this with people to where if somebody has a troubled teen that they're talking about putting them into the system or sending them to one of these camps, make sure they do their research. I mean, all you got to do, you Google these places, and you're going to find out because the survivors are speaking out. They're speaking out.
Add there that when you were talking about Paris, she was actually talking about the day she was at the White House when a bill that they had were trying to get passed. So it was legislation that would enlist the federal government in reforming the troubled teen industry. Was going across Biden's desk that day. So that was her response from then.
Yeah, I know, Nicole. The Bible was used as a weapon. They put the fear of God in them. My God is a loving God. Yeah, my God is an angry God too, and my God is a jealous God. But my God is not an abusive God.
Right.
All right. This series is just the beginning stages. In the next episode, will continue with survivor stories, break down the laws, follow the money, talk about what we can do to help bring awareness. If you've never heard of the troubled teen industry, you're not alone. But now that you can't look away. Please subscribe, share, and speak up. Share, please talk about this with people because I'm telling you, it's scary. Google it. Look at what all is out there. Look at what is really going on when it comes to these places because it's scary, people. It is scary. I mean, we have these conversations amongst each other about this, and then what we find out and what we see is like, wow, it's crazy. It's craziness. I mean, to to know what is really going on with it. I mean, it's scary. It's really, really, really scary, y'all. Yes, Google it.
Being a survivor is knowing that you overcame your victim mindset. Being a survivor. Once you become a survivor, you no longer blame yourself.
True.
Well said, Eddie.
Yes, very true. You can speak up by signing the petition created to promote change. Protect all children. Require independent safeguarding boards in every care home. And I didn't put the link in the description. Forgot it. I will have to definitely add it to it. Do you have it handy, Brandy?
Yes, ma'am.
If you'll share it in the chat, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Now.
Protect all children. Require independent safeguarding boards in every care home. Not just in the state. I mean, you can have a governing board in each state, but there are so many homes across each state that it's completely impossible for that board to oversee it. So it has to happen in every home. And it has to be, honestly, I would like to see some of the family members. I mean, people that care about these children to oversee, you know, to be able to come in anytime and just really see what's going on, you know? Maybe,
Right.
I'm being, I don't know, maybe think I'm asking too much. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the answer is, but I do know that we can't just sit back and just let it keep happening. We have to stand up and take action. And this is one step where you can. You click on this link, you can go to it. You don't have to donate. It gives you the option of what you want to do. You can either share it or you can donate, whichever one you want to do. But this is for legislation. Please. Truth is the answer. Yes. Yes, Nicole, it is. Truth is the answer.
Can you create a post on your wall, on your community post? Miss Chewy?
I thought I did, but if not, I'll
I'll
make
check.
sure that
I'll check.
I'll have to look and see. But I do know that I have maybe I didn't. I know I have it on the link of the last live I did, but I will definitely, if I haven't, I will. I know I have it on my Facebook,
Yeah.
but I will
I
definitely
dropped the
do.
link in the chat too for the petition as well.
Yes. Thank you, H. Davis. Good to see you back. Absolutely. We call for legislation requiring all residential homes, facilities, and industries that provide care for children, including those operated under religious leadership, to be overseen by an independent safeguarding board. Why this matters, children in residential care homes are among the most vulnerable members of society. While many of these homes operate with integrity, there is a critical gap in accountability, especially among those that claim religious freedom exemptions. These exemptions can limit government oversight, leaving children at greater risk of abuse. neglect, and exploitation. Like I said, it's a cover. An independent safeguarding board made up of qualified children welfare experts with no ties to the institution would ensure regular, unbiased inspections, mandatory reporting protocols, and a transparent complaint and investigation process. Religious affiliation should never be a shield from the child protection standards. No child should fall through the cracks because an institution operates under religious freedom laws. We urge lawmakers and child welfare agencies to support these requirements and protect each child, no matter where they are placed.
I like that.
Thank you for being here, for listening, and for caring. Every moment matters, and your willingness to be part of this, the conversation, is the first step toward the real, lasting change the troubled teen industry has too long operated in silence and shadows. But together, we are shining a light. Whether you're a survivor, an advocate, a concerned parent, or just someone willing to learn, your presence gives strength to the movement. We won't stop until there's accountability, transparency, and healing. So, yeah.
And
Now, it's going to take all of us, each and every one of us, to speak up. You know, and like I said, if you have a story, please, please reach out to me. Please, you know, leave a message in the comments, guys. Y'all don't know, comment messages mean a lot toward the channel too. So if you just drop a little hello or something in the channel, in the comments, it really helps with the algorithm, because we are so desperate to get this out, and I just don't know how else to do it, y'all. And the more we share it, the more people's going to see it. And we are so passionate about this, y'all. We are so passionate about it. But we need y'all's help.
I just want to say, like, next line on there, I just wanted everybody to know that to never underestimate the impact that their voice can have as well. Because I know I'm one of those that I'm like, I'm just one person. You know, what difference am I going to make? But we all have to, and this goes back to the knowing that you're important. And I just wanted to make sure that I did say that to everybody, that their voices are important.
Just Nicole just said, our voice has the power of 1,000 hurricanes.
I mean, well said.
Right. Perfect timing.
Right.
Yeah, it's Brandy, you got some more words of wisdom, honey?
Ma'am?
You have more words of wisdom, do you?
I do?
I said, do you?
Oh, oh gosh.
Oh,
No.
Lady 7 Up. Good to see you, darling. Thank you.
Just know you're not alone.
Our Facebook.
Yeah, that's good, Eddie.
Just know you're not alone. Your story doesn't end. It continues.
That's exactly right. Good. You have a very, very good voice. Thank you for using it, Eddie.
I'm just trying to break the stigma around men's mental health. But mental health in general is important.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a stigma behind it, and I'm trying to break it. And it looks like you ladies up here are doing the same.
And
And
we're
people,
trying. We've just started, Eddie. We have just started, and we we want a movement. We want to create a movement, for change, to make sure that these children are not abused anymore. That there's not another M. There's not another Melinda. There's not another Nicole. You know, there's not another Hetty.
your channel and your what what you're starting and what you're doing right now. You're not alone in this. There's another channel out there that speaks out against abuse of children. Okay. So just to know you're not alone. And I would like to connect my friend with you guys.
Oh, we'd love that.
Okay. I would love
Wow.
to connect. His story is not group home related, but he has a story.
It doesn't have to be group home. I think that's Miss Chewy's whole point in her channel is just making sure everybody has a voice of their stories.
Yep.
So you said it right there.
Yes. My friend, his name's Aaron, because it's everywhere nationwide, because he's now a public author. He wrote a poetry book.
Wow.
And he's never written poetry before. It's just one day he decided to turn a thought into a poem. And people were telling him to keep going. And it's called Break the Silence. Poems
Nice.
of my journey through abuse.
I'm gonna have to find that.
Yeah, I would love to get Miss Chewy and him together one time and talk.
Oh,
And
that would be great.
You're in Discord, right, Miss Chewy?
Yes.
I think we're
I
friends.
don't know much about Discord. I just I'm on Dumplings. That's the only one I really. And there's another one that I'm on. It's another true crime channel. I'm on, but I mean I'm on there. But like I said, I don't know much about Discord.
I could guide you through it. If you ever need help one day, I will talk you through how to operate Discord.
Yeah, I have a pretty good tech person too. That Miss Dumpling. I mean, if we ever have a question about anything, she's right there. I miss her tonight, y'all.
I miss her too.
Her's resting.
Yeah, she's resting.
Mhm.
We're by the way, we are so proud of you, Dumpling.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Miss Ann says, I say the parents of these children in these homes should be held accountable for also that their kids went through mentally in those homes. Miss Ann, you say that, and I get that, but a lot of these parents didn't know that it was hid from them.
Damn.
They didn't know, and they didn't find out until these kids are home.
Or they got a phone call from when CPS was pushed into making them leave from the home. But apparently some parents did know because and I think Jax's parents maybe did.
Yeah, you remember her story that yeah. Yeah, it there and some of and to tell you the truth, honestly, I believe some families and some parents sent their kid off just so they didn't have to deal with them anymore
Yep.
And
let
that
let somebody
happens.
else deal with it.
My thing is if you don't want a child, put it up for adoption.
Mm-hmm.
I
Or
agree.
just don't have children in general.
Right.
Close your legs and not have kids. Plain and simple.
Yeah. But thank you,
Shane, thank you for
thank you,
going
Eddie.
Dylan.
You're welcome. You know,
Yes.
thank you for having me up here.
Well, I
No,
appreciate
I
you
also,
coming up and sharing with us.
yeah, I just wanted to make sure that Eddie knew that. Thank you for also offering to help with Discord, because that was sweet of you to offer your time.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, I got plenty of it.
Yeah, gotta come see some of your lives more.
Yeah, I'm mentally and physically disabled.
Okay, I didn't know that.
The mental part is something that I've been working on for years. I'm still working on it. The physical part has happened recently in the past 5 years. But the mental part has been a struggle. That's why I'm so outspoken about mental health, because you don't get fixed overnight.
Right.
But it's a start. Once you open that door to new things,
Yeah,
yeah,
I seen that Miss Ann M hasn't had contact with her parents since in 34 years, and that's sad. That's really, really sad. But
one day, Miss Chewy, I want mine coming up on your panel and telling my story.
I would love that, Eddie. I would absolutely love that.
Yeah,
And
Shane, healing is a lifelong journey.
yes, it is.
But make sure you got big letters that say trigger warning underneath your screen.
Melinda says, I've never told my parents everything, and I was just quiet when I got home. I didn't know that it was out of the ordinary because I grew up in IFB.
Man,
Independent, Fentiment, yeah,
Fundamental Baptist.
fundamental Baptist. That is tongue-tying to me.
It is. It is.
But yeah,
But
she
she
grew up
has
in
a
church.
point there
Like I
too,
said, I was
though.
real anxious for Melinda to come up and tell her story. We got to do a little practice run with Melinda so that she can get on here really easy, because sometimes your first time coming up on panel can be a little challenging. So we got to get her all squared away. But
it can be nerve wracking.
yeah,
You know what's funny is a lot of people, back when I first started my channel, a lot of people would come up on my panel because my channel was so small and they were comfortable to come up. Now they're on panels everywhere. So,
And look at you making a difference.
yeah,
That's what's up.
you know, my channel name, you guys know, used to be All Things Serious. And
Right.
I changed it to, well, the thing is. And the reason why I changed it to that name is because you can fit so much stuff to it. And not every live has to be serious. And on top of that, all things serious was connected to negativity. And I had to break away free from it.
That makes sense.
So I changed everything. I changed everything. My logos, everything. Eventually, I got to go into my merch store and change all those too. I'm Norwegian. I'm a Viking. Why not make my logo Viking? And if you look at my logo, it's a protector. It's shield. It has a shield. You don't see any battle axes. You see a shield. I'm a protector.
I like that.
Yep.
A lot of us put a shield around us, a barrier around us. And we don't let people in. And we don't talk about things. We hold it in. And it destroys us. It ruins relationships. That's why I promote therapy or something that somebody could go to and talk and heal. So you break yourself from those barriers. So you get to look in the mirror and see the real you. That's what's important.
You're right. 100%.
And your story matters.
Yes, it does. No matter how small or how big, your story it will have an impact on somebody's life. You know, we've talked about we really focused on the religious programs so far, but don't take it for granted that, the boot camp that your child's being sent to, the wilderness program that your child's being sent to, the behavior modification programs like, therapy, a therapy program, or a rehab program, or, the boarding schools, therapeutic boarding schools. There are so many that are in question that we just educate yourself. Please educate yourself.
And sign the
H. Davis.
petition.
We'll do that one day. We will do that one day, H. Davis. I promise. Yes. Sign the petition. Sign the petition. That's a one step closer. Each signature, like we said, we just started. But please share the petition because we need more and more and more.
Oh,
We need
talking to Eddie.
we need stricter laws on
Yes.
abuse, period.
Yes, we do.
It's getting worse.
It is.
Yes. Bubbles, did you happen to get a membership tonight?
No, ma'am.
Oh my gosh, I cannot figure out. We got to look at you. You have to have something not right. Have you ever received a
Wait a
membership
minute.
from anywhere?
I have, but I just noticed that I actually may have because my name is blue, unless that's just because I'm a moderator.
You're a moderator. It
Okay,
will
then
have-
maybe I didn't.
it will
Maybe I
have
lied.
the little ribbon at the end of it.
Mm.
if you're a moderator. If you're a member. See the little purple ribbon?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't like me.
Uh, because I want to recognize Turtle Talk for being a member for 6 months.
Oh, yay.
Anita for being a member for 5 months. And then Turtle Talk gifting 20 memberships. And Mr. Turtle Talk gifting 10 memberships. And Mr. Turtle Talk for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, sweet darlings. You all are amazing. And I love you.
Thank you, everybody, for
Yeah.
listening.
Thank you so much for being here. You guys, we are like I said, we are so on fire for this. It all stems from Brandy's little girl or daughter. She ain't little no more.
No.
Opening our eyes to the Bethesda Home for Girls. That's what got all this started. And I want to personally thank her. Cadence, I love you, my granddaughter.
She loves that too.
She's a sweetheart. But Eddie, again,
Yes.
thank you, and we will we will schedule a live for you to be able to come up and share your story.
Yeah.
Um,
Bring some tissues.
yeah, that sounds good.
Bring some tissues. Because I'll probably cry myself.
We'll cry with you, Eddie.
Yeah, we will. We'll cry with you. Yes. And again, anybody else that would, especially if you are a survivor of one of these programs, or you are a survivor of the CPS program, foster care. Please reach out to me. Please. I'd love to, because we have to start somewhere. And my little channel, as tiny as it is a start. And I'm pretty proud of this little tiny channel.
As you should be.
Yes. Thank you all so very much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. And I love each and every one of you. You are amazing. And remember, please remember, in a world where you can be anything at all, be kind. Treat people the way that you want to be treated. Because, it's free. It doesn't cost a thing. And if everybody was treated the way that you want to be treated, can you imagine what this world would be? Eddie, you got any final words?
I'd like to pray.
Okay, thank you.
Dear Heavenly Father, please be with those who are needed, the ones going through tough times, the children, protect them. And please pray for be beside those in this chat right now that are chatting, the ones that are going through it. Heal them. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen, Eddie. I love that.
Please, everyone, please continue to remember, especially Miss Ann, that she needs the healing touch of the Lord. And Miss Christine, they're both in very much need of a healing touch. Please, when you pray for them. And again, Miss Brandy, thank you so much. I love you, my sweet girl. And again, Penny Riddle, hey darling. Kindness is language the deaf can
Yes.
hear.
Yes, I love that line.
That is beautiful. Yes, it
Okay,
is.
so I have to say thank you as well for using your channel and your voice, giving everybody a platform to speak. I appreciate that more than you know. And I'm gonna drop down. I love you. I love you too, Eddie.
All right, Bubbles.
Good night.
Good night.
All right, Miss Julie, I'm dropping down so you can do your closure.
Okay, thank you, Eddie. Yeah, I'd say this is another one, another successful one. Again, I thank you all so much. I love you all. You are near and dear to my heart, and I am truly a blessed woman, and I am so grateful for each and every one of you. It's okay, Lady 7 Up. I understand, darling. I'm sorry. And y'all remember Lady 7 Up. There's so many people that are in need of prayer. I am so I'm just so grateful to each and every one of you for being here, and for each of you that send a word up to God. And when you're down on your knees, remember this lady, because I'm going to tell you, I can use all the prayer I can get. Thank you all so much. I love each and every one of you. God is good. Remember that. I love you. And until next time, I will see you. Bye.